Wow. What's going on? Good morning. I made it through the night. I don't know how many more nights I'm going to make it through, but I made it through the night. What's going on, everyone? What's the crazy story of today? That's a crazy story. Um, what I found out is, you guys, since we're in the middle of litigating if geoengineering is legal or illegal or whatever. This is a good one to talk about, huh? Geoengineering in the state of Pennsylvania is under litigation for, they said, quote unquote, to ban it. So when you say it's banned, does that mean it's illegal or it's legal? And then some of the criteria I heard was the only people that are going to be able to do it is the federal government. And it's all going to be handled by the federal government only. And I could tell you right now through those, through that's not even policy, through those laws, good luck with that, huh? It's like, how do you stop people from just using the shortwave radio, LTE radios? Uh, More importantly, just using the ultrasound that's available in the cell phones. Because when your cell phone, you get hit like on a bug or whatever, or there's an emergency service issue, an emergency, whatever, fire, whatever, there's a shooting or trauma, there's an exploit to use all cell phones in the vicinity and they just start zinging ultrasound. So them guys figured out the program for the cell phones, how to just make everything go ultrasound. And then through that, these guys have been able to control woodpecker signals. Well, it's pretty windy this morning. You see all the shit going back and forth on my power lines and the data wires and shit like that. If you're new to my channel, I strongly advise you go. I posted the same video a few times, but most recent one is you see it. It says Master Sound Mixer knows this. One of the most important videos I've ever posted, because you can see up there in the main lines that there's a charge coupling device just sliding around, and it involves films, nano film, and it's being pulled off of the human body and animals, shit like that. Yeah, I'm not joking. It's very real. So we want to litigate for geoengineering to ban it in the state of Pennsylvania. And I tell you what, I called the other states that have already banned it, and it was banned for a year or two. And you call their municipal buildings, they say they don't know what the hell you're talking about. So it's like, what the hell's going on? Like they ask, is that a company? It's just, sir, I'm just reading here that your whole entire state has banned geoengineering. It is not a company. Please do not tell me you're a trained observer with this much ignorance and still carrying on the ignorance. I was just hoping you could pass me along to somebody that I could have a word with on their conclusion and decision to say that they are banning geoengineering, and see if the problems that I'm having line up to where you guys might have been having problems. And then, since you did ban it, what's going on? You having problems with your cell phones and the smart meters and shit? What's going on? Don't forget the smart meters. Dude, this is what really sucks, dude. It's hard. It's so hard to catch this sometimes because it seems pretty nice out. It doesn't seem like you don't know where to look for radioactive stuff, right? Like shit it's just compressing with the air pressure, and no matter what you do, it's giving out this radio frequency. It's hard to see, but I could imagine if they point like their little radio frequency cameras at me or my Wi-Fi, what's it look like? Because they like literally turn me into a microphone, and it's so easy to see. And every fucking asshole company or asshole police officer that comes through here trying to fucking kill people, what am I gonna do with you people? I'm not joking. Like it's a no-brainer what the fuck you're doing. Um, it's like senators. What are you gonna do with these people? And I gotta give it to the Fraternal Order of Freemasons right now. Like I'm ready to like call the Freemasons and find out what the fuck is just going on. Because we all want better lives, but whenever they're doing this shit, Freemasons, what do you guys plan on doing about it? Like this super dishonest conduct, and it has to do with some sort of what I heard was Vendetta, V for Vendetta movie. It's like identical to what's going on. I never seen this fucking movie, but that was 5 years ago. They said this is what you guys were doing, and it's still carrying on. But there's so much going on. The shit I really don't want to talk about. I'd rather just talk about geoengineering and the processes of public safety. That if we do continue geoengineering, what is in the public safety first responders? I watched Sean Ryan yesterday. I got a short video from Sean Ryan yesterday. He's a Navy SEAL dude, and he got all the veterans that come in, political leaders, cartel leaders, well, not leaders, journalists. I can't wait till they get a cartel leader on this damn show, because it's a war. They're like veterans, and they're human. Sooner or later, we're gonna be able to talk to one another. This like weird shit that's going on. But anyways, they were talking. He had this woman on, and she was talking about some of the weapons that who come from these boxes and shit like that. And the creme de la creme of the weapons was like Jeff Bezos' rocket that blew up in Florida. Who the hell is this? Oh, look at the weather over here, huh? You hear that? It's pretty loud, huh? Maybe that radar will jump through the freaking camera I got because they got it that's so radioactive. It's fucking disgusting. No, it's disgusting. It's really disgusting. I'm sick of it. Like, everything just changed. It's like the sound of my voice is literally reflecting off of the cell phone with the electrical signal. It's that bad. But back to it here. What are you guys gonna do about? Anyways, I was talking about Sean Ryan. What are we gonna do about geoengineering? And it's going under litigation. And if we don't ban it, and if we do ban it, what is the public safety gonna do? Because Robert Morris University was not prepared for public safety. All I have to do is call their police station, ask, what are you guys doing for public safety with the course selections you guys have? I guess it went through and hit people because Xfinity immediately come to the fucking boxes over there. So in between, everybody should know this. In between that school and that C-17, there's another police station. And through the both of these police stations, they follow different rules. How does that happen? They're all on the same zip code. So obviously, this is a research and development center, and they're being paid to make it as worst as possible. Well, I tell you what, you guys are really skipping out on a lot of people. What are you doing? Doing lotteries? Are you doing grab bags, draws? Like, what is going on? And if there's a program like this in your neighborhood, are we supposed to know? Public safeties of geoengineering. And here's the kicker. I was watching that woman on Sean Ryan. It was a short, and I think it might have been from the past. But she was talking about like the Terminator movie Part 2. I'll show you this. She was talking about the Terminator movie Part 2 on Judgment Day. Like in the middle of the movie, Sarah Connor has her knife and she's carving in a table, Judgment Day. And there was a scene where I didn't get it whenever I was a kid. And she was holding on to the fence, and all of a sudden she just like dissipated. And you just seen her skeleton, and then it just turned to dust. Whenever I was a kid, I didn't get it. But like, I remember the adults that I was with when we were watching the movie, their faces were like, oh my God. And there was this worry just by watching this movie from this scene where they call it Judgment Day. And there was a big explosion. Okay. And then they said once that happens on Sean Ryan's show, there's no first responders. Like they call it like 100 square mile radius of just a blast zone or something. Does it have anything to do with Bezos' rocket exploding? Because that was a big fucking radius, and you know that was a big tank of compressed fucking air that turned into a liquid, and through that it went up 40,000, 50,000 feet of just pure heat. Like I can only imagine like what the hell happened whenever it hit all that cold air up there. That's where you're gonna have a reaction at. All that heat hits that cold air and that electric up there. I don't live up there, so I couldn't tell you. You can't even breathe up there, if I'm not mistaken. Like all of a sudden you start to float when you go up there. It's pretty strange. That's what I hear. That's what I hear. You float whenever you go up there. So it's like a floating ground. Well, there's no public safety for this. So obviously, if they're saying there's no public safety, there's no first responders for something that is of caliber of ionized air pockets that like literally turn into condensed matter, and the condensed matter in turn turns into a substance that is of radiation, radioactive, and they call that fallout because literally matter manifests and it is radioactive. And obviously people keep doing this shit so they could like, well, I could use a remote control to do a fighter jet or a airplane because it's on artificial intelligent like remote control. You can get remote control of an airplane. How hard is it to remote control these ionized fucking condensed matters? And it's just common sense and logic to figure this out. It's all around the planet. And is this worthy of like, this is what you got? You guys rather hide this than UFOs? Are you fucking kidding me? What are you guys doing? This video is very important just to sit here and think about the simple shit and where everybody else could think of the simple shit. And try to get, there's a meeting tonight, try to figure something out because there's no first responders for that situation. And are they trying to classify that situation with what's going on, what they're doing with our cell phones and on the wires here? So there's no first responders. So Westinghouse Nuclear Safety Training Team. What the hell is your purpose? You don't exist like the FCC? Federal Communications Commission. I know there's not they call it nut clear. These guys that play with this shit. Because it's like I seen they showed me a video of a guy in India the other day. And what this guy did He took all them fluorescent light bulbs that have mercury in them, and he just started breaking them with his bare hands and cleaning them out with his bare hands. And then he took it to a fire, a blowtorch, and started blowing glass and made a beautiful piece of art. But this guy had all this mercury all over him. And they play with electric over in India pretty good too. Them guys, there's a lot of smart dudes over there. And they do not get credit as they deserve, in my opinion. It's just, yeah, they're like computer like hustlers, and they answer, do your troubleshooting and piss you off on customer service. There's a lot more going on over there in India that people don't get no fucking credit for, especially in their electrical engineering department, because they totally got rid of alternating current, I believe, and put up direct current in their power grids. Well, number one, people kept stealing the shit. Number two, they didn't want the magnetic field there that's on the AC current, but it still converts back to AC current, guys. So it's like you put knots everywhere, but you guys are trying to, I guess, just forget the converters and just start charging the solar panels and run it into the grid, because we're really getting fucked over by the converters. Well, everything they never mind that. The more important thing is there's no first respondents, so they say. So they say. And then it's like, yeah, you're on your own. If you survive. Somehow survive, and there's all the ionized radiation, and you're able to take it. And hopefully it's not, the ionized radiation does not automatically get programmed from our cell phones, what they're doing with this synthetic telepathy shit. Okay, this is very important, guys. Because if this synthetic telepathy, the programming, they have what, MK Ultra, CIA? Russia, your shit's just as bad. So is Ukraine's. Probably so is Iran, so is Israel's. If this does happen, and I know that's why them tests were done by Mr. Donald Trump, ordered, and this shit gets a hold of that and programs it, look the fuck out, dude. And that's what we're doing up here. The same thing. You make the fallout up there and you program it, and all of a sudden it comes down here to the good old ground. And what else did you guys figure out? Because there's a big gap. There's a big gap in the system. Before anybody was in the field of politics, you guys weren't even alive yet, or just little kids. But once Vietnam War come, after shell shock, Vietnam come, and then it was the 80s. And in the 80s, there's like Desert Storm, Cold War, and all this other crazy stuff that people keep forgetting about. But the CIA started this shit that, they put it out there that they started using the human brain as a fucking signals processing advanced intelligence. So basically, they're hooking people up to an electric chair and just controlling the voltage just enough, and just watching what would happen, and like TV screens started coming out of their eyeballs. And they started using that, and they say it goes through anything and everything. Anything and everything. So now we're in 2026. There's the biggest fucking gap ever with this. Where's all the documentations at? What are you guys trying to do? Well, I mean, we just spent $500 billion on our electric grid, and called it Stargate 2.0. Where's the gaps in the data at, guys? CIA. Signals, whatever you fucking jagoffs are. Okay, now this is getting real, real quick for papers to get signed. Very easy. Cell phone companies. What are we gonna do? Communications companies. Well, now I'm gonna be the hustler. How hard is it for anybody to just go into your fucking office and start saying, my brain's been fucking hacked, I got nuclear poisoning and radiation and this, that, and the third. So everybody just goes to the hospital and says the same thing. How do you prove it, huh? That's what you guys are worried about, is it not? Like, it's one of those things, you're so worried about this. You're so worried about it that like you constantly bigot people, and then when you bigot them, you literally start lying on your data plans. And if you're willing to lie to me that your system was breached, and like how many times in the past couple years, and then it was even like you guys had to give out a lawsuit, and anywhere you called, no, it never was breached. Okay, what do you expect? What are you expecting? Because I remember on Christmas morning, what was it, in 2021? You guys remember that? 2020, down in Tennessee. Was it Tennessee? There was a guy who pulled an RV, like in California. They're rewiring the street lights up there because they're tired of the motherfucker spying on them and using the lights up there and going to the smart meters to the shops and shit like that. Because it connects to the fucking smart meter, the street lights. You can be seen as you're walking down the street. Absolutely, 100%. But one of them guys, I guess they pulled their RV over there to the fucking AT&T store, cell phone store, and he blew the motherfucker up. And they still said they can't find this motherfucking person. So that was like, people, there's something wrong with the cell phones. Pay attention. It's Christmas morning. It hit every fucking news station, and everybody got their little morning news, and fuck, they blew the phone store up. It's not they. Someone blew the phone store up. I never heard anything out of this. Now, I think I know why now we're under COVID. They called COVID fucking Geo Engineering COVID. Coronavirus. And that's like Hall effect. You look at the little corona in there. Very low frequency. And we're getting ready to get rid of very high frequency. And the National Weather Service. Radio. Your high bands there. I just bought a radio for the shit too. And you're getting rid of it? What we find? Huh? You guys making plutonium. Weather station. And out of all the people that should know this, you give them a phone call. Boy, it's like there's a bigger gap in data than there is in fucking Stargate from the 80s to now. So there's no such thing as Westinghouse nuclear safety training? Where are these guys at? Well, what's the purpose of NEST? They call it Nuclear National Security Association. And there's no first responders. You guys don't fucking exist. It's amazing what the fuck's going on here. No, they are not even in secret. These are the people that steal off of you. Okay, get this clear. Get this straight. These are the people that steal off of you and through lines of bullshit to your municipal buildings and your Air Force bases. They're the ones who are stealing and controlling the juices and controlling subscriber counts on YouTube. So you guys that got a big subscriber count, Department of Energy knows who you are and can use you to prey on fucking people's houses. And I'll call it out right now. There's some people that deserve the subscriber count because they're really talking about like the shit that nobody wants to talk about. But there's some people, I don't know how they got so many subscribers because they ain't shit. Like there's nothing good there. There must be something extra, like a Patriot fucking page or whatever, where the good shit's at. And I don't know why people aren't just stealing it and posting it anyways. Like what good shit? You got the missing gaps of fucking Stargate? How about down in Mexico? You got any videos what they did down there with them kids? Because Peru sent me the paperwork. It wasn't the United States, it was Peru. They said it got really bad with nuclear shit down there. You got some videos, bro? All them subs you got, is that where your subs come from? Down in South America? Holy fuck, dude. I'm trying to figure it out. Go ahead. Go ahead. Fucking lie about that. It's just common sense. Geo engineering, no? How, like United States of America, how do you only have like 2 or 3 states, maybe 5 now, that seriously have like looked into this shit to stop geoengineering and ban it, and then not have it across the whole country? How is not everybody on the same page? Because maybe we need to ban it entire country for now. You all got to get on the same page on like what the fuck is going on with the cell phones, and then we could bring it back. Because it's here to help, just like everything else was ever done. You don't release everything to the public, but you always have like this outside group that got mad. Because there's always, like they say, for every great fortune, there's some great heist, some great crime story behind it. Because it's coming out anyways, and they just keep hiding it and trying to like, like Scrooge. He didn't want to pay people or give anybody a Christmas gift or something like that. They call that being shrewd or whatever. Artificial intelligence. How do you deal with getting Scrooged? You're learning pretty good with me, huh? And then what do? I'll say nothing, huh? They'll say nothing, and then they think they're watching you the whole time, and all of a sudden, zip, the artificial intelligence, what, changes your screen?